Are you up for exploring a golf destination that might not have otherwise been on your radar until now? Well, I sure hope so, because we are coming to the southwest-ish side of Michigan to explore golf life and fun in Calhoun County. Now, if Calhoun County doesn't ring a bell, think about Battle Creek, Marshall, and the surrounding areas. And in the moments ahead, we're going to showcase some really good golf and other reasons you need to visit this area. So let's get things rolling as we experience life, golf, and fun in Calhoun County, Michigan.
Welcome to Michigan Golf Live Television, shining the spotlight on the best places to play, stay, and celebrate the greatest game on earth. MGL TV takes you from legendary courses close to home to bucket list destinations around the world. If it has great golf, stunning scenery, incredible food, and unforgettable experiences off the course, we're there. Stay connected to Michigan Golf Live 24/7 on Facebook, X, Instagram, and our YouTube channel, and be sure to visit the all-new MGLTV.com. At Michigan Golf Live, we talk golf all the time. And now, here's your host, Bill Hobson.
Hello, friends, and welcome into the show. Bill Hobson here, and I'm glad to have you along for the ride as together we embark on a journey to a golf destination that might not have already been on your radar. We've come over to the west side of Michigan to Battle Creek and the surrounding areas in Calhoun County to showcase golf, life, and fun. And in fact, with so much ground to cover in the moments ahead, we're going to get right to it. And our first featured course not only is ready for you to come and play, but it also hosts a professional tour event. That's how good the Medalist is. Now, I know this about most every golfer. There's a special extra thrill that comes from being able to tee it up on a golf course that also hosts a tour event. And that's the case for our first featured course, the Medalist in Marshall, the home of the Epson Tour's FireKeepers Championship. And let me bring in Lowell Weaver, the man who owns this place and is the proud papa of a tour venue. How you doing?
Absolutely.
Well,
doing great.
How exciting is it to have these very talented ladies play here at your home course?
Oh, it was amazing. It was amazing. You know, I never thought I'd own a golf course, but let alone own a golf course that hosted a professional golf event. It was so awesome watching those ladies play and how good they are. It's amazing.
Well, and the thrill is real for amateur golfers. They get a chance to play a course that is in tour level shape all year round. So let me have you tell the story of the Medalist and what makes this a special place.
For me anyway, it's a special place. I've been here for 27, this is my 27th year now. Purchased it in 2017, but watch it come from a relatively new golf course that had a lot of potential, and watching it grow over the years, and brought in a great staff to help me out, and just watched it mature and turned into a championship golf course.
There are a lot of people watching who maybe haven't played here. How do you describe just the playing experience of it? This is a challenging layout.
It's challenging, but it's fair. We have 7 sets of tees, so you can play the right tee. That helps quite a bit. But yeah, you pretty much see what you get. But you're right. It's a tough golf course, but it's a fair golf course.
Now, you have always had this belief that the greatest challenge on the Medalist takes place in the middle set of holes.
Yeah.
And then you got to see some data from the professionals that kind of supported that theory.
Yeah, I've always said you got to survive in the middle of the golf course. The first 3 holes are pretty open, get ready to get warmed up, and then the middle of the golf course is tough. Well, when the Epson Tour came out here, their stats showed that the 6 toughest holes on the golf course were 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12.
That's pretty much the middle of the golf course.
That's the middle of the golf course. And like I said, the ones who survived that are the ones that were up the leaderboard.
So what is it in that stretch that will challenge every golfer?
Well, that's what's cool about it is you got 2 par 3s, you got a par 5, and you got a couple of par 4s that are really tough. So it's every shot of the golf course. And that's one of the things when the Epson Tour came out here, I asked them, I said, what do you think of the course? What do you think is going to be the best out here? And they said that some of the courses they play on, it's the best putters are going to win. Some of them are the best short game. They said the best shot makers were going to win our tournament because every hole out here requires some different shots. And based on what I saw, the lady who won it out here is one of their top players, so it kind of shows that.
Your par 3s are stout. They're beautiful holes, but they're not easy pars to escape with. Let's talk about the Medalist's par 3s.
Sure, yeah. You've got 4 of them, and there isn't an easy one in the bunch. and they're different. You got number 3 has got a little bit of a false front. Looks like it's an easy hole, but it's really not. Number 7, we call it the Little Terror. It just is. It's matter of fact, the tour played it from the gold tees, and it was still one of the toughest holes on the course. It's just a short par 3, but it's not, there's trouble on it all the way around it. And then you get to number 12. There again, it looks like a nice, easy. It's a longer par 3, but there's not a lot of trouble on it. But it's just a tough hole because you can't really tell the distance on where the putts are and things. And then number 17, you got to clear that swamp, and you got it straight up the hill. You can't hit short. So they're all tough par 3s, but they're all different.
And they're all beautiful.
Yeah,
they really are.
I'm pretty blessed out here. It's a beautiful piece of property.
Number 16 is the hole we need to talk about because it gives you options off the tee. It's not a very long hole, 315, 325, depending on where you're playing. There's room, but you kind of have to pick which fairway you'd like to hit, right?
It's kind of a cool hole because, like you said, it's a double fairway with a little bit of rough and a bunker in the middle. But it's kind of cool. You kind of look and see where the pin is, and you can decide which one you want to play. And the left side of the fairway is a straighter, easier shot for the pin, but you got trouble left with the swamp or the woods on the left, so you could lose the ball. Up right, it's a little safer shot, but it's a little harder second shot. So you want to take the risk and reward is what it comes down to.
And you and I got to play 16 on a day where the hole location was, in the very back of a green that is how deep?
The green is 53 yards deep. So think about that. You could have a 4-club difference based on where the pin is on that green.
I hit that putt as hard as I could, and I don't think I came within 15 feet of getting it all the way to the hole.
I saw you grab your back afterwards like you hurt yourself.
I didn't hit my drive that far. So.
Yeah, our greens are huge, and there's a lot of undulations on them, and there's, depending on where they are, like I said, like 16, for example, you have 40-club difference. There's a lot of those out here. Number 11, which is one of the holes we played, the front of that green is really tough. The back of the green's not so tough, so it depends on where the pin is. And sometimes you want to go at it, and sometimes you just want to play safe and try and get it in 2 or 3 strokes.
Calhoun County as a golf destination, how good is it?
Well, there's so many good golf courses here. You got easier golf courses, you got tougher golf courses, you got beautiful terrain. There's so many great golf courses. You don't need to go up north. You can come over to Calhoun County and see some really good golf.
So you've finished your round of golf at the Medalist, and now you're looking for a cool place for the entire group to just hang out and soak in kind of a unique culture. Well, that's what goes on here at the Dark Horse Brewing Company, a brand, Emily, that they may have seen even in other parts of the country, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So Dark Horse Brewing's been around since 2001 here in this location. We added on to the beer garden here with just our small tap room.
I go inside the main bar and restaurant area, and there are mugs everywhere. So talk to us, if you would, about the tradition of those mugs.
Yeah, so that all of those mugs are owned by someone. They all own one, they grab it down, we fill it with beer, and they get a discount. But it's a lifetime membership, and they get to pick out their mug. We only sell them once a year. They line up and camp out the night before in the middle of winter. So we have the tap room there that's small and intimate in the winter. And then when summer happens, we have the whole beer garden. We have an out bar here with the deck upstairs. And then it brings you back to our barn area that we just created. And we have the stage with live music. Every Thursday and Saturday is free live music out here.
So for a golf group looking for something to do in the evening, this seems like it's a pretty popular choice.
Yeah, yep, it's family friendly, dog friendly. We have a variety, we have something for everybody. So lots of cocktails, beers, mocktails, homemade root beer.
Okay, so I got the mug. Now the big challenge is, where do I put it? They say once you're a member in the club, you got to hang up your mug. It's going to take me a while to find a spare spot up here, so we'll go to break. We'll be back with more golf, life, and fun in Calhoun County and the general Battle Creek area after this. Oh, here we go. Earlier in the program, we took you over to the Medalist in Marshall. A little bit later, we'll take you to a destination that has 6 golf courses in one resort. But here in the middle of the show, we love being able to dip our toes into the municipally owned golf course experience, and that is Binder Park Golf Course. And the man in charge is Alex Johnson, who is our Scotty Scheffler lookalike. What a day you've carved out for us here.
Yeah, absolutely. It's beautiful out.
How do you describe this place? And it's 27 very unique holes in sets of 9.
Yeah. Yep, and no hole the same, and it's so beautiful out here. I tell you what, my favorite part is the fact that there's not a single house on the golf course, and the wildlife out here, the animals, it's just so nice to be away, even though you're still in Battle Creek. So I like the side of nature, but also just quiet, peaceful.
The 3 nines are called the Marsh, the
Preserve, and the Natural.
What's the difference between the 3?
Well, they're similar in the sense of there's a lot of elevation, a lot of changes, but also vastly different too. On the Preserve, you're going to have more water. The Natural's a little more tight off the tee, and the Marsh is the longest of the 3 nines that we have. So there's very different challenges, but just such a beautiful layout all the way around.
You and I made our way around the Marsh 9 and got to experience quite a variety in how the holes are laid out. I mean, you talk about requiring shot shaping. The Marsh 9 really takes you right to left and left to right, and it's not a boring 9.
Right. Yep, and the elevation change and the raised greens or elevated greens, on every hole is just unique. And that's kind of the fun part of it is half the time you don't even know where your ball lands on the green, so it's kind of a surprise every time you get up there, but it makes it interesting nonetheless.
You get to this municipal golf course world and you have the opportunity to present really good value for those that are coming to the area, and maybe their golf budget has room in it for one more round,
Yep.
And maybe this is that round, maybe this is that 27 holes. This is the community place to play, isn't it?
Absolutely, yep. And that's what we get so many kids from Harper Creek High School right down the road or Lakeview, and it's just such a beautiful place and really kind of brings that family element, I think.
So when you talk about golf in this Calhoun County region, even as you and I are playing the Marsh 9, how good is golf in this part of the state?
I don't know where it gets better. I think we have such a gem. Battle Creek has so many good golf opportunities, and I feel like golf has really taken off too. So more people want to play the game and be outside, and we're just really fortunate to be a part of it.
You know, the topography on this property may surprise a lot of people. I don't know that we often associate Battle Creek with having the ups and downs that you might find further up north. You've got to be able to golf your ball around here and calculate for the changes in elevation.
Yeah, yep, and it's very unique because of the undulation of the golf course, and you drive a mile either way and it's just flat. So being on this old farm, it's beautiful, and the ups and downs certainly make it interesting.
The greens were in really, really good condition, and I think that's one of the questions that a viewer might have. If I'm going to go play at Binder Park, are the greens any good?
Yeah.
I'll let you answer that.
Yeah, and Ryan Dingman, our superintendent, does such a fantastic job, and the crew that he has, I tell you what, these guys work very hard, and it's just such a beautiful place. And the greens are, I always say, every year get a little bit better than they were the year before.
So you're seeing these really cool golf courses and thinking to yourself, I think it's time for us to go and play golf in Calhoun County in this Battle Creek area, but where do we stay? Well, our crew stays right downtown at the beautiful DoubleTree Hotel, and check out this setup. This is called the Parlor. There's a bedroom on that side, there's bedrooms on that side, and then this common adjoining space in the middle where there just happens to be a few snacks laid out. It's a really cool setting within walking distance of the social district and everything else downtown. Let's take a moment and learn a little bit more about this hotel and why it might be the perfect place for your golf group to call home.
Welcome, golfers. This is a great place to be at the DoubleTree by Hilton Battle Creek. From a room perspective, we've got our parlor suites, we've got lots of rooms here, but also from a food and beverage standpoint, we've got the Alloy, which is our 3-meal-a-day restaurant, Revis, where we proudly serve Starbucks, as well as 50 Beacon, the highest bar in Battle Creek.
There is a kind of a cool vibe to this place after a massive renovation. I was here in its prior iteration, and to see it this different is really pretty cool. How about this as a kind of a setup as your headquarters while you're here for 5 days of golf?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, beyond just the rooms and food and beverage, we also have meeting space and lots of things that attract both small, medium, and large groups, which is awesome. There's lots of spaces in the lobby to hang out. We can fit large parties in the restaurant. So really, there's so much to do, and you're in the heart of downtown Battle Creek. So what a great place to be. We have 247 guest rooms and some parlor suites, and our housekeeping team is just the best that it can be. So it's a great place to stay, well-appointed rooms, great lighting, great aesthetic.
There has been a massive renovation to turn this into the place to stay and to set up shop when you are playing golf all throughout this Calhoun County region. So Rob, what happened to this property? How different is it now than it was?
So it was a complete renovation, a $90 million renovation the city did, and just beautiful. All the rooms are well appointed. The restaurants are beautifully appointed. The hearth oven downstairs is a great feature of the restaurant. So it's been an amazing place to stop in the central area for downtown Battle Creek.
Hard to beat the views, and this location downtown puts you easily within a couple blocks of pretty much everything.
A lot of things. You can walk, yeah, absolutely. There's a splash zone across the street. There's plenty of restaurants and other bars. Prefer that you stay here and enjoy what we have to offer, but there's a lot to do in downtown Battle Creek.
We explore one of those special gathering places where golf groups would really love being in the parlor area with these adjoining rooms, and just this gathering spot where maybe your group of 16 or 24 friends that's golfing nonstop can wind down at the end of the day. Are you seeing a lot of that kind of traffic?
We are. We're starting to see some of that, and great. That parlor is a great space to play cards, get a euchre game going, and whatnot, and have some snacks and cocktails as well. But yeah, we're seeing that, a lot of gathering and gathering up here, and some of the banquet space downstairs is also lending itself to a lot of events.
So if you're looking for a place for your golf group to stay when you come to Battle Creek, might I suggest the DoubleTree? I'm very thankful our crew was able to stay here. And remember, one of the cool DoubleTree traditions, cookies everywhere. And they're pretty good. We'll take a break. When we come back, more golf as we continue exploring Battle Creek, Calhoun County, and the surrounding areas. Welcome back into the show as we continue our exploration of golf and fun in Calhoun County, Michigan, which is essentially Battle Creek and the surrounding communities. Now, I'm in downtown Battle Creek right now on an absolutely perfect evening. I've got my Arnold Palmer here, and I'm out for a stroll exploring businesses and learning more about this area. And this area is also known as a social district, which means maybe you have something a little different than an Arnold Palmer in your hands, and now in downtown Battle Creek, you can go for a walk and not worry about anything else. You can just enjoy yourself as you explore this really cool area, including a place called the Cricket. So you're asking me, what is it about the Cricket that makes it so popular? Well, number one, it's renowned to have Michigan's longest wooden bar. There are dart boards everywhere in this place, lending themselves to a lot of very intense competition, and a reminder that I'm really not very good at darts. And from what I'm told, the pizza is unbeatable here inside the Cricket. It's also located exactly next door to an authentic Irish pub known as the Griffin, which is where we're headed now. Now, I know you're looking to make memories when you come to the Battle Creek area to play golf. You're also looking for really good food. So we have found our way into the Griffin Grill and Pub, and Paul Conkey is the owner here. There's character, there's this authenticity of the Irish pub. What's the Griffin magic, Paul?
I think the community, Battle Creek community, we're right in the downtown central district that really is the hub of what's going on in Battle Creek. And we've been that way since 1999, and I've owned it since 2006.
You've got one of the most diverse menus that I've seen anywhere, especially for a locally owned restaurant. I mean, this is not generic copy and paste stuff. You've really reached deep to stay authentic, haven't you?
Yes. Well, we were dealt a hand of going from a bar with food where you could smoke in 2009 or 10 when they outlawed smoking inside buildings. And I took that opportunity to re-engineer the whole menu and really diversify and bring that comfort food feeling to Battle Creek. People in Battle Creek love comfort food, and I grew up that way, cooking since I was 10 years old for the family, learning from my mom, my grandparents, and then allowing that to kind of be part of what we do every day here.
Well, as we look at some of the highlights from your menu, I've got to ask you one last question, because we're a big dessert show. What is the must-have dessert here at Griffin?
From time to time, we've got some specials that we do, but the must-have has got to be the brownie sundae. We make the homemade brownies here, heap on some caramel, some hot chocolate fudge, on top of a probably a 4-inch by 4-inch brownie on top with a lot of vanilla ice cream.
Okay, listen, my life motto is I'm slow, but I get there eventually. So when the owner of the restaurant tells me what dessert to have, who am I to argue? So I'm going to dig into this beauty here at the Griffin, and then we'll meet you on the tee box at our next featured golf course. Well, so far we have eaten far too much, and we've seen some really good golf, but we're not done just yet, because our final golf destination brings us to a family of 6 golf courses. It's called Gull Lakeview, and Jake Hurlin is the man who's going to tell us all about it, and we can't play all 6 of them in this feature. So let's start off talking about the course we are playing, which is the East course.
Yep, the East course. So the second of the 6 courses here at Gull Lakeview. Tips out at about 5,900 yards, so you see that and think, oh, let's play the tips. Well, it's a target golf course, so you're going to have to be very precise with your shots. Lots of water, as you saw out there. We've got 10 water hazards. Very precise. You can try to drive it up close to the green or play back to a distance and play your shot in from there.
We've got a lot of golf to talk about here in the world of Gull Lakeview, and this family has grown over the years. At the top of the food chain, I think would be Stoughton Bray, and that was the national course of the year just a couple of years ago. How different is Stoughton Bray from this East course where we are?
Yeah, the East course is a little tighter. Stoughton Bray, you've got a lot of room to spray it out there, although if you get into some of that heather, your ball's going to be in some trouble. But here it's a lot more target golf, a lot more water. Not sitting up on that tall hill, so you got a little more shade out here, but both really good courses. We've seen over the years since Stoughton Bray's opened, people coming from farther distance to check out the resort, and specifically Stoughton Bray, and that's been really great for us here at Gull Lakeview.
Yeah, you know, we have to talk about this resort as a destination, because whether it's from the Chicago market or all the parks throughout the Midwest, I think more and more people have been discovering that Gull Lakeview is the place you can spend several days without needing to go play anywhere else.
Absolutely. When you come here with 6 courses, all of them are a little bit unique, so you never feel like you play the same course twice. I think that's why we get a lot of people that have been coming for 20, 30 years, and they keep coming back.
You know, when you have that kind of a heritage, and when you are that established in this part of the world, I think it takes a while sometimes for golfers who have a normal tradition of traveling a few hours, maybe north, or to the other side of the state, for them to convince themselves that Calhoun County and Battle Creek area is worthy of golf.
Absolutely.
Of being your buddy's trip, of the place to go. Make the case for why this is such a good part of the state to come to.
Yeah, well, we always joke you could go another 3 hours north, but you could almost get a whole 18 in before you get all the way up there if you come here. And like I said, just the variety of courses and the things to do in the area here, I think it's a can't miss destination.
Okay, so pop quiz, all 6 courses, you ready?
Yep.
We've got the East and West, we've got Stoughton Bray, we've got North and South at Stonehenge.
That's correct.
And Bedford Valley, which is a few minutes away from here.
Yep.
What's special about Bedford? We were there a few years ago.
Yeah, well, Bedford's nicknamed the Big Course. We hold a monster tournament out there. That's pretty fun. Tips out over 7,000 yards. It's got a great history of tournaments out there. The Michigan Senior Open's been out there for 30 plus years. We host high school state finals, college tournaments, some junior PGAs, so it's a great tournament classic course.
It's good to see you. Thanks so much.
Good to see you, Bill. Thanks for having us.
We have spent a fair amount of time exploring your home. What do you love most about this Calhoun County, Battle Creek area?
Well, for the downtown, there's a lot of things going on every single weekend, especially in the summer, lots of events, things like that. I also grew up here. I went to school downtown, so it is my hometown. And so seeing it thriving right now with all of the new businesses downtown, as well as just all the things to do, is really, really exciting.
And when we talk to golfers, we want them to come and stay here for a few days.
Yes.
How does your team help them kind of put the plans together?
Well, Kelly, our golf coordinator, will set them up at hotels. There's the DoubleTree that's right behind me, which is a great location. It's centrally located for a lot of the different courses that you can stay at, as well as obviously the festivals, but also all of the restaurants. And we have the social district downtown. We can grab a beer and walk around downtown, walk by the river, and go into another place and grab a beer kind of thing. So we have New Holland right downtown, the Griffin, Cricket, Hand Mat Brewing. There's a lot of places to explore down here for golfers, I believe.
We have come to the final stop in our tour of golf and fun in Calhoun County, that Battle Creek area and the surrounding communities. And we have come to a world famous place called Station 66 where they make everything by hand, including some fry pies and some donuts and everything that looks really, really good. In fact, while we've been in the area, I have been eating way too much. And so I'm committing right now to a new level of fitness. And all I'm going to have here is the baby cone. I can't wait for this.
Here's your baby cone, sir.
That is a big baby. All right, it's going to take me a little time to dust this off, so we'll let you all go as you make your plans to visit Calhoun County, play a little golf, and have a baby cone when you come to town. We'll see you next time. Oh, this is going to be a problem.